Good evening. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Bahrain travel entry procedures updated. Call to take booster shots in light of the newly identified COVID-19 variant. LMRA conducts inspection campaign in Muharraq Governorate. 7 days of quarantine imposed for those coming to Kerala from abroad. People with Omicron strain not seriously ill, South Africa reports. News in detail. Bahrain travel entry procedures updated. The Civil Aviation Affairs has updated Bahrain's red list countries in response to recommendations made by the National Task Force for Combating COVID-19. 4 countries have been added to the kingdom's red list: Malawi, Mozambique, Angola and Zambia. Passengers from red list countries, including those who have transited through red list countries, are prohibited from entry, except for citizens or residents of the Kingdom of Bahrain. All other travel procedures for arrivals eligible for entry to the Kingdom of Bahrain from non-red list remain in place, and red list countries remain in place. The red list is regularly reviewed and updated based on the National Medical Task Force for Combating the COVID-19 assessment of international developments. Call to take booster shots in light of the newly identified COVID-19 variant. A renewed call has gone out stressing the crucial importance of taking the booster dose, especially in light of the discovery of a new coronavirus variant. National Task Force to Combat COVID-19 senior member and Salmania Medical Complex Infectious and Internal Diseases consultant Dr. Jamila Al-Salman pointed out that recent infections in a number of countries with a new variant require the completion of specified vaccine regime and the booster dose so that the body can form antibodies to coronavirus and strengthen its immunity. Eligible individuals can receive their vaccinations across the kingdom's health centers. The Ministry of Health today announced that starting from tomorrow, 29th November 2021, eligible individuals can head directly to health centers across the kingdom to receive a COVID-19 vaccine without the need to book an appointment. The Ministry of Health noted that eligible individuals with a yellow shield in the Be Aware application can head directly to health centers across the kingdom to receive a COVID-19 booster shot without the need to wait for an appointment message. LMRA conducts inspection campaign in Muharraq Governorate. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority today conducted an inspection campaign on expatriate employees, gathering places and a number of shops in Muharraq Governorate in cooperation with the Nationality Passports and Residents at the Ministry of Interior and the Muharraq Governorate. The joint inspection campaigns aim to stabilize the local labour market and identify any violations or illegal procedures that may affect the fairness, flexibility and competitiveness of the labour market. The campaign resulted in the arrest of a number of violators who were found in breach of the LMRA provisions and the residence law in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Bahrain wins UNESCO's IBE membership. The Kingdom of Bahrain has won the membership of the International Bureau of Education of UNESCO, representing the Arab States Group during the UNESCO's General Conference in France and the meetings of its committees. Education Minister Dr. Majid bin Ali Al Nuyami extended sincere congratulations to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, on the occasion. 577 employed, 166 trained with the National Unemployment Program Second Edition. A total of 577 Bahrain job seekers holding various qualifications had been employed in 479 private companies and institutions on November 21 to 27, the Labour and Social Development Ministry has revealed, adding that 166 had benefited from the various training programs during the same period. BA is to hire 70 Bahrainis chosen by Labour Ministry. The Bahrain Airport Services Company will hire 70 Bahrainis nominated by the Ministry of Labour and Social Development with wage support. The move is according to a memorandum of understanding the ministry signed with BAS yesterday. The deal also calls for training 30 Bahraini citizens in specialized courses having 4 to 6 month duration. They will receive a stipend of BD 100 per month during the training period. Public interest projects initiated acquiring 58 properties this year. Works, Municipalities Affairs and Urban Planning Ministry issued 58 acquisition decisions this year to facilitate public works. Minister S.M. Khalaf said the properties acquired were for projects including establishing a public park in the Al Naim area, parking spaces to serve the water park in the Gaful area, and a road network in Block 338 in Adilia. There is an addition to partial acquisitions within the projects of the Urban Planning and Development Authority. The minister also announced completing procedures for issuing expropriation decisions for 40 properties. Health Center starts trial run. Sheikh Abdullah bin Khalid Health Center in Rifa will start its trial run today ahead of the official opening. The center will serve as an alternative to the current East Rifa Center. Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, President of the Supreme Council of Health, yesterday, during his field visit, reviewed the preparation for the trial run. The center, equipped with the latest medical equipment, includes many clinics and serves a large residential area. It will be one of the most important health centers in the Rifa area. There are comprehensive arrangements in place for directing and transferring patients from the East Rifa Center to Sheikh Abdullah bin Khalid Al Khalifa Health Center. UN House lit up in orange for a cause. The United Nations House in Bahrain, in solidarity with the Supreme Council for Women and in close collaboration with the UN Women Regional Office for the Arab States, has been lit up in orange to mark International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women as part of the global 16 Days of Activism. The annual campaign, which marks its 30th anniversary and runs until December 10, calls for concrete action to increase awareness, galvanize advocacy, and create opportunities to identify the challenges and find solutions to the shadow pandemic of violence that women and girls face. Al Hilal Health Group has been in the front line in organizing various corporate social responsibility activities for more than a decade. A report. On Friday, 26 November 2021, Al Hilal Healthcare, in association with Bahrain Cycling Association, organized Defeat Diabetes Cycle Ride as part of creating awareness to the public on the importance of diabetes and health. Over 100 cyclists participated in the ride to promote the awareness on diabetes and thus successfully completed the first ever cyclothon organized by Al Hilal. The cyclothon started from Bahrain Sailing Club, Zalak, at 7 a.m. and completed 18-kilometer distance within a span of 2 hours. The cyclothon was flagged by Dr. Sharad Chandran, Chief Executive Officer of Al Hilal Healthcare. He said, "We will be organizing such a ride every year and we should aim at creating avenues to spread awareness about diabetes. The ride is one such initiative." Abdullah Adil Ali Mahroom, the team leader of Bahrain Cycling Association, thanked management of Al Hilal for taking this initiative regarding Diabetes Awareness Month, and Syed Shabar, the General Secretary of Bahrain Cycling Association, said, "I feel happy and proud for Bahrain Cycling Association being a part in the Defeat Diabetes Ride organized by Al Hilal Healthcare. Hope this will create more awareness on diabetes and will lead to a healthy lifestyle among the people of Bahrain." All the participants received free t-shirts and certificates of participation along with comprehensive health checkup voucher and discounted coupons. Several other events were also organized by Al Hilal Group as part of Diabetes Awareness Month. The group plans to organize more events in the future to increase the awareness on importance of health to the people of Kingdom of Bahrain. Today's COVID updates. COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. Seven days of quarantine imposed for those coming to Kerala from abroad. The Kerala state government has taken precautionary measures against the backdrop of the new variant of COVID, Omicron, being reported in several countries. Those travelling to Kerala from foreign countries as per the central guidelines should check the RT-PCR within 78 hours and upload the negative certificate on the Air Services Facility portal. Upon arrival from abroad, the RT-PCR must be rechecked at the state airport, then must stay in quarantine for 7 days. It is also suggested that after the completion of the quarantine, the RT-PCR should be checked again to confirm that it is negative. The state government has announced that it will set up facilities to increase checks in airports. The Department of Health said it would send samples of suspected and positive tests from people from countries where Omicron has been reported for testing for the genetically modified virus. In addition to European countries, the Indian government has recommended special attention to visitors from Israel, Hong Kong, South Africa, Botswana, Brazil, Bangladesh, China, Mauritius, New Zealand, Zimbabwe and Singapore. Although no new variant has been reported in Kerala, the Department of Health said extreme caution should be exercised. Now we will be back after a very short break. Welcome back. Foreigners who took one vaccine shot from Saudi Arabia are allowed direct entry. Direct entry into Saudi Arabia is permitted for those who have received at least one shot of vaccine from Saudi Arabia, while a 3-day quarantine is mandatory upon their arrival in Saudi Arabia. Entry will be allowed from 1 a.m. on December 4th, but those receiving both doses from abroad will have to stay in the institutional quarantine for 5 days, the Home Ministry said. But those who received the 2-dose vaccine from Saudi Arabia do not need quarantine in the country. Currently, all Indians are allowed direct entry from December 1st. The re-entry period in Saudi Arabia has been extended again. The Interior Ministry has extended the validity of Iqama, re-entry and visitor visas for Saudi expatriates abroad until January 31st due to travel restrictions on travel to Saudi Arabia due to the COVID crisis. The validity of visas and Iqama are being extended free of charge on the instructions of King Salman, the custodian of 2 holy mosques. The benefit of these from countries where travel is banned. UAE adopts largest legislative reform in its history. UAE President His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan has approved a wide-ranging reform of the country's legal system, which aims to strengthen economic, investment and commercial opportunities, in addition to maximizing social stability, security and ensuring the rights of both individuals and institutions. The draft of new laws and legislative amendments came during the year of the 50th and are intended to keep pace with the developmental achievements of the UAE and reflect the country's future aspirations. Over 40 laws are included in the changes, which together represent the largest legal reform in the young nation's 50-year history. Dubai hosts world's largest run. 146,000 people converged on Sheikh Zayed Road today to take part in Dubai Run 2021, the world's largest run. The event was held on the closing weekend of this year's Dubai Fitness Challenge. Kuwait suspended flights from 9 African countries following Omicron discovery. Kuwait has suspended direct flights from 9 African countries in response to the new Omicron variant of COVID-19. The suspension will come into effect from Sunday and will not be applicable to cargo planes. The country has banned the entry of non-Kuwaitis from 9 countries, including South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Eswatini, Zambia, Lesotho, and Malawi. Kuwait nationals returning from these countries should undergo an institutional quarantine for 7 days. UK, Germany and Italy detect Omicron variant cases. Israel closes borders. Britain, Germany and Italy detected cases of new Omicron coronavirus variant on Saturday, and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced new steps to contain the virus, while more nations imposed restrictions on travel from southern Africa. The discovery of the variant has sparked global concern, a wave of travel bans or curbs and a sell-off on financial markets on Friday. as investors worried that Omicron could stall a global recovery from the nearly 2-year pandemic. Israel said it would ban the entry of all foreigners into the country and reintroduce counter-terrorism phone tracking technology to contain the spread of the variant, according to Reuters. Britain clamps down on travel as Omicron strain spreads to Europe. Britain announced test and quarantine rules for all incoming travelers on Saturday, following the arrival of the Omicron strain of the coronavirus to Europe. Anyone who enters the UK to take a PCR test by the end of the second day after their arrival and to self-isolate until they have a negative result. Prime Minister Boris Johnson told a press conference in London. Britain has confirmed 2 cases of the Omicron variant, which is feared to have higher reinfection rates. Meanwhile, a laboratory in Italy said on Saturday it had detected Omicron via genome sequencing. The sample was being studied for further confirmation, the ISS Public Health Institute said. Omicron has been classified as a variant of concern by the World Health Organization. People with Omicron strain not seriously ill, South Africa reports. The people in South Africa who have caught the Omicron strain of COVID-19 have not become seriously ill. So far, the cases detected in South Africa are not serious. Angelique Coetzee, who chairs the South African Medical Association, said. However, research into the variant is still at a very early stage, she said, adding that only 24% of people are fully vaccinated in the country. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.